Behind the Music with Billie Holiday. Eleanor Fagan, or formerly known as Billie Holiday, was born April 7th, 1915 and died July 17th, 1959. She was born to two teenage parents named Sadie Fagan and Clarence Holiday. Billie grew up in Baltimore, Maryland. When she took the name of her screen idol, Billie Holiday, she didn't live with her father, only her mother and her relatives. As a teenager, she joined her mother, who moved to New York City, and she may have worked for a time as a prostitute while learning to be a performer. What do you think about Billie Holiday?
Billie Holiday. I remember her. So we went to the same high school together. One time I tried to date her. She said no, but I kept on pressing. You know what I mean? But Billie Holiday, she was a good singer and this best I ever seen before. But she was the best singer in the school.
As a young child, Billie had often listened to records of the famous blues singer Bessie Smith, and she longed to be a singer too. When Billie was 15, her mother got sick and could not work. Billie tried to get hired as a singer or dancer in the local night spots in Harlem. At first, she had no luck. Finally, the owner of a basement bar agreed to give her a try. By 1931, Holiday was singing in New York City, accompanied solely by a piano. For a time, she was part of a floor show featuring bassist George Pops Foster and the tap dancer Charles Honey Coles. In 1933, John Hammond, jazz record producer and critic, heard the then 18-year-old Holiday singing in Monette Moore's club, accompanied by the house pianist Dot Hill. Hammond immediately wrote about her in the British journal Melody Maker, describing the individual vocal style and delivery that set Holiday apart from other mainstream pop singers of the time.
Did Billie Holiday change your life?
Billie Holiday did change my life. I mean, I was her manager and all. I don't want to be the toot my own horn. I was a good manager. One time I heard her play in a bar one time, and I said, that is a good singer. So I gave her a chance. That's what I did. I gave Billie Holiday a chance. She went against some notable people like Ella Fitzgerald and Joe Stafford. I think it was his name, Joe John. I mean, what's the difference? Potato, right? But yeah. I mean, like her peak was that lady song, Dave's Lady. It was a long time ago. I can't remember that name. But Billie Holiday was a good person, As the famous artist said, started from the bottom, now we here. And Billie started from the bottom, now she's here. I mean, she's dead. God bless her soul. But, I mean, she started from the bottom, and now she was there. So, that was Billie Holiday for you. She was fun. She was fun.
Billie Holiday never won jazz popularity polls. She went against Ella Fitzgerald, Mildred Bailey, Helen O'Connell, and Joe Stafford. The beginnings of her career are unclear. Holiday claimed not to read music, but family friends remember her singing as a child, and by her early teens, she was performing for tips and jamming with other musicians in Baltimore's waterfront entertainment district. Lady Day was the peak of her career in the late 1930s. She sang in popular New York clubs and toured with Count Basie Orchestra. In 1938, she was hired as the female soloist in Arctic Shaw's White Band.
What do you think about Billie Holiday?
Billie Holiday was somebody special. I mean, I was her friend for a while. I knew her since she was little, and at first we didn't know she could sing, which was like something weird. I mean, she could sing. I mean, like I didn't know that at first and stuff, but it was a lot of stuff that was going on in her life, and it wasn't right at the time, if you know what I mean. I mean, you have to be there. You have to be there to know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I mean. So I mean, like, YOLO. I guess that's what the kid's saying. Yeah.
Billie's life was full of personal success as well as personal tragedy. She was only 44 when she died. Billie did most of her work in nightclubs and bars, and she began abusing alcohol at an early age. Worse still, her first husband introduced her to heroin and opium. Billie struggled against drug addiction for many years. In the 1940s, she was sent to prison on drug charges. When she was released, she was banned from places that sold liquor. This meant she could not sing in the New York clubs. The ban was a bitter blow because the clubs provided her main audience, but still, she performed in theaters and made recordings. She also went on tour to Europe.
As a fan, how did Billie Holiday make you feel?
As a fan, I was the first Russian fan of Billie Holiday. It may not seem, like what? It may not seem like big shocker, but she's black. No, I don't mean to offend anybody, but I was, first fan of Billie Holiday, who's Russian, and I asked for, autograph, and she pushed me aside. I heard she had lots of problems at home. She had, drug abuse. I understand, because I'm not going to say anything. But I mean, but still, I was a good fan. She had good music, and I listened to her like rock and roll. I bowed my head like the black people do. I just bowed my head and listened to music. She was good. But I wish that I had, autograph. That would probably make life a little better. But, what you gonna do? YOLO. That's what the black people say. Yeah.
In Billie Holiday's lifetime, she won some remarkable awards such as the Esquire Gold Award, which she won in 1944, the Esquire Silver Award, which she won in 1945. Also, she won the Best Female Singer in the Metronome poll. And in 1961 and 1973, she was nominated for some Grammys. There are many more awards she won, but those are just a select few from the list.
They say into your eyes